It's time for another hot dish from Happy Healthy Why.
With Daddy!
Don't quit on baking. Try this easy to make mouth-watering biscuit recipe from scratch. First, preheat the oven to 425 degrees. Start by prepping the 9-inch by 13-inch baking pan by either using parchment paper or sprinkling flour in the pan so the biscuits won't stick to the pan when baking, then set it aside. Depending upon how much you separate your biscuits, you may need a second baking pan, like I usually do. Now, in a mixing bowl, put 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Keep the flour out as more will be needed for your hands and the board to keep the biscuit dough from sticking to your fingers and the board. Add to the flour 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix the ingredients well. Next, we're going to need some butter. Lots of butter. 6 tablespoons of butter. As cold and hard as can be butter. To make the butter small, I am going to use a cheese grater. You could just as easily use a pastry cutter to make the butter into smaller chunks, but the cheese grater makes smaller chunks faster. If you have a second pair of hands, very helpful because that other person will be able to stir the butter and mixture while you grate the butter into the flour mixture. Since I'm doing this recipe solo this time, I will grate a little, then stir a little, then grate a little more, then stir a little more, to let the small grated butter get mixed in with the flour easily. Once you've finished cutting in all the butter and making a nice mixture of small butter drops coated in the flour mixture, you're going to pour in 3/4 cup of milk and stir till combined and sticky. Here's where keeping the flour out comes in handy. We're going to cover the board in flour as well as our hands so that as we roll the dough out onto the board, it won't stick to either the board or our hands. If it does begin to stick, no big deal, just add some more flour. Now that the dough is on the board, I'm going to take the dough and fold it in half. Then a nice quarter turn of the dough and fold it again. You're going to fold the dough in this manner about 4 times. Too much and you work the dough too much and it won't be as tender and flaky. Once you're done, flatten out the dough to the thickness you like. I'm going with about a 1/2 inch thickness on this time for making my biscuits. Use a biscuit or cookie cutter dipped in flour to cut out the biscuits. If you don't have a biscuit/cookie cutter, you can use the glass cup to cut out the shape that you like. After cutting as much as you can, transfer the cut biscuits to the prepared baking pan, leaving a small gap between each biscuit. With the leftover dough, we're going to merge it together and fold it again, maybe 2 times before flattening it out and cutting out more biscuits. Since my daughter loves small, cute things, I cut out a few biscuits using a small bear cookie cutter. Continue this way until there's no more biscuit dough to cut. Now that our baking pan is full, we're going to place it in the oven and let them bake for about 12 to 14 minutes or until the tops are brown to our liking. Once they are done, we're going to take out the baking pan. Oh, don't those look nice? And no need to let them cool. You can safely use tongs to transfer the biscuits right onto a serving dish. You can serve them nice and hot. Let's see what my kids think.
Oh. A little honey sandwich. And in the back, this can't get messy and sticky. It's really good. I mean, I can taste the flour, but it's really not that dominant. I remember that mix where the inside is soft like the Hawaiian bread, but the outside is sort of like has a little crunch to it. And like I said, the sweetness from the honey really makes it good. I mean, if you don't want to spend your money at, what's that place called? KFC, you just get these. I'm home.
Oh, see, they split evenly. Ah! I caught it. Whoop. Okay. It's so cute. Mm. Mm. It has a nice chewy texture, and it's also sort of flaky. This time I did not get a mouthful of flour, which is good, but the other ones I do. And it's so adorable too. I like this one. I like these biscuits.
You're not gonna try a real one, huh?
No? No. Did you stop?
No, I didn't, but it's only got 5% left, so you really gotta hurry.
What does you mean?
Oop. Look at all those layers. Oh, I don't think I'll get a mouthful of flour on this one either. Two. Look, it's just like a bed. No, beds don't have layers, do they? Nice chewy inside with the flaky outside. The honey really complements it, and you can taste the butter. It's very good and still adorable.
Happy Healthy Wife, Chef Barry here, reminding you to... Wait a minute, you're still here? Well, if so, then you might want to consider clicking on the like button or leaving a comment down below. It really helps support the channel. And you can also subscribe and click the bell to be notified of all my new videos that come out on Mondays with shorts on Thursdays. Thanks for watching. Have a happy and healthy day.